Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. So I came across this NBA 2K20 My League tier list challenge. Basically, the creator of this, what they were saying they wanted us to do, which I'm going to actually change up the rules a little bit because this looks way too easy, is they said to choose 12 players and one extra for a draft of NBA 2K My League. The way I'm going to be doing that, because come on, man, getting 13 of these guys right here would be way too easy, is I'm going to be going with an 8-man rotation. So basically the goal of this is we are going to draft our 8-man team using this tier rank challenge right here, and then I'm going to put my team into NBA 2K20, and really the goal is to go out there and try to go 8-0, guys. What I want you guys to do, I will link this challenge right here, man, in the description below. I want you guys to go out there, make your team, and let me know what your final record would be inside NBA 2K20. While you're at it, if you guys don't mind dropping a like on this video if you want some more challenges like this, would be greatly appreciated. And as always, check out the second channel, Extra Crispy. So I think the best way to go about this is, first and foremost, I don't want to go out there and just get all like the best, greatest players, because that's not always going to win you games. I mean, the prime example, man, you got Team USA. They got beat down by so many teams out there because, like, yeah, you had a lot of, like, great NBA players, but you didn't have players that necessarily played great together, man. So it's going to be the goal of this. It's not just to get, like, a team of 5 superstars. I mean, all these guys are stars to some extent, but really go based off of who would play well together, not necessarily the best guys, you know, in the starting 5. So I think the way I want to start this out is, and I'm going to try to keep, like, positions to, like, a realistic position that I can see that player actually playing. I'm thinking Giannis at power forward is probably the way to go. I mean, come on, man. He was MVP last season. He's just somebody you can trust on to get a bucket, like, any day of the week. And it's like, yeah, sure, his three-point shot's not all that great, but you got to look at everything else he does on the court. His defense, just his ability to get to the basket, you know, involve his teammates out there, really just draw the double team and get the and ones. It's like he's the absolutely perfect power forward for the NBA. I was thinking maybe the small forward position, but I just feel like ever since Milwaukee switched him to the power forward spot, he's really taken his game to the next level. So I was looking at, like, all of these different centers to play alongside Giannis, trying to find the absolutely perfect one. And there's two that I'm actually really stuck between. And that is Nikola Jokic and Karl-Anthony Towns. And keep in mind, guys, this is not a video saying, like, oh, those are the two best centers, because clearly, in my opinion, Joel Embiid is the best center in the NBA. I just don't know if he's the best center to play alongside Giannis in the front court. So with Karl-Anthony Towns, you definitely get, like, that three-point shot, just good under the basket. I feel like he would have a nice in-and-out game compared to Giannis. With Jokic, you get a bit better of the passing abilities out there, and of course, he can also stretch out the floor. Both these guys can rebound. I'm thinking about it. I think Jokic, you know, with his passing is probably kind of like sets this on top, just because, you know, he can really go out there and find Giannis on the court and vice versa. I feel like those guys in the pick and roll, pick and pop, whatever situation would be absolutely unstoppable, man. And both are not, like, amazing defensively. That's where you would want to go with maybe like Joel Embiid if you really want to up your defense. But I'm confident in Giannis's defense, where it's like either one of these, you know, Joel Embiid, Jokic or Karl-Anthony Towns could, like, do their own thing out there, and I could kind of sacrifice that defense because Giannis and maybe some of my other players are going to make up for that. So I think I'm going to go with Jokic as center, guys. I just feel like from a skill standpoint, he has a little something extra on Karl-Anthony Towns. Cat's not far behind. It's just, I feel like those two together, that's going to be unbeatable, man. It's going to be absolutely unbeatable. So for the point guard position, there's really only one guy on this list that would be absolutely pristine to play alongside Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that is going to be Stephen Curry, guys. The thing that separates Stephen Curry from some of the other great point guards in the NBA is that he simply is not a ball stopper. It's like, you know, yes, Chris Paul, John Wall, Russell Westbrook, all those guys can run an offense, but Curry just has, like, a fluent passing to his game that it's just like you don't really know who's going to take the shot. Like, Curry could go out there and pop it, but either way he's going to find the man out there. So I just feel like with the shooting ability, he's being able to stretch the floor out, especially with Giannis out there, like, the spacing for this team is going to be absolutely crazy, where Giannis can just kind of take over and Curry can play off ball if needed. I felt like that was really nice. I think for the next player I'm going to go with for my starting 5, then we'll, of course, do our 3-man bench unit right there, too, guys. Like I said, man, 8-man rotation. I am going to go with Paul George at the shooting guard position. Now, I'm not guaranteed he's going to play the shooting guard spot for the Clippers next season. He could be more of a small forward / power forward, but he very well could play the shooting guard spot, too. He's played it back on the Indiana Pacers. I didn't think it was completely unrealistic. The reason I want Paul George is because he does not need the ball in his hands to get things done. Like, he can go out there, one of the best catch-and-shoot players in the NBA, but at the same time, you get the perimeter defense at that shooting guard spot. Now, you got, like, a Victor Oladipo, who I was actually considering a lot, too. Thing about Victor Oladipo is that, like, a lot of his shots are off of, like, pull-ups and having the ball in his hands. I really want guys that can kind of swing it around and don't need to be ball stoppers on this team, man. Like I said, Victor Oladipo, that's no disrespect to him. Like, that completely works for the Indiana Pacers offense. But for me trying to build the best team possible, I thought Paul George was the ideal spot at the 2. Then, of course, you got like Klay Thompson and stuff like that, man. And the thing about Klay Thompson, I think he does have injuries. And I didn't really want to go with the Splash Bro backcourt because I'm trying to switch it up and make it a little bit more interesting out there. So that sounds good to me, man. So for the small forward position, guys, keep in mind, this is going to be the starting small forward spot. And we got to, and like I said, I'm not saying this is the best small forward in the league. I'm like, you might be able to make the argument. It's clearly, in my opinion, going to be between LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard. I mean, even Kevin Durant, you can really have his name in there too, no doubt. But I think the best small forward for this team would be Kawhi Leonard. Like, Kawhi Leonard is just a killer out there, man. His defense, like, this trio defensively, that's kind of what separated it between this for me. No disrespect to like LeBron's defense or Kevin Durant's defense, but Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, is on a tier of his own. And with having Jokic and Curry at the point guard and center spot, those guys, like a little defense out there. So he definitely helps make up for that. And as far as like the playmaking abilities, you got the playmaking of Giannis, you got the playmaking of Jokic and Stephen Curry. We didn't really need the playmaking of LeBron James. Yeah, I just feel like scoring-wise, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, both those guys can get it done. I just think defensively, Kawhi Leonard separates himself from Kevin Durant as of right now, man. And of course, I'm sure Durant does a lot of great things out there compared to Kawhi, but just for this team, that's kind of looking like that for me, man. So to me, that is an amazing starting 5. All these guys can play well together. I feel like in this case, all these guys' best features are going to be utilized on this team. But now we go to our 3 bench players. So what am I looking for in the bench? Well, for one, guys that can play multiple positions, that's definitely going to be a big part of it. Maybe guys that do things out there that kind of complement what some of the starters do out there, or lack of, I should say. So, like, we got Kawhi Leonard as a scoring for the small forward spot. Well, maybe I want a guy at the backup small forward spot that can do a little bit of everything that Kawhi doesn't do. So, that one's kind of easy, man. Backup small forward is no doubt going to be LeBron James. Yeah, he's an instant bucket off the bench, but also it's just the playmaking, the rebounding, and I almost said defense, but it wasn't all that good last season. But I just think that was kind of a circumstance of his injuries and really the team he was on. But yeah, not to mention he can literally play any position 1 through 5. So you got that right there, backing up Kawhi Leonard. Of course, could start, but probably not for this particular video. For the center position, I was really hoping like a Rudy Gobert was going to be available on here, but I'm thinking for a backup center, it's definitely between Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid. And this one is tough, guys. This is so damn tough because I do think Anthony Davis is the better player, but I feel like Joel Embiid just... I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I might have to ask Siri. Okay. Here we're going to do. We're going to have Siri pick a number between 1 through 10. Odd, it's going to be Embiid. Even, it's going to be Anthony Davis. Hey, Siri. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
A random number between 1 and 10 is 1.
Okay, so I said odd was Joel Embiid, guys. So we're going to Joel Embiid at that center position. I feel like him and LeBron, that's going to be absolutely unstoppable. Just dominance on the inside. Like I said, there's so many great players on this that you can't go wrong with anybody. Anthony Davis, I would have been just as happy with, but we're going to go with Joel Embiid just for like just solely to be an inside rim protector, as Jokic is going to be more stretched on the floor for us, but of course he can score on the inside. Okay, so I'm thinking the final position, I think it needs to be probably a backup point guard. Could be a shooting guard. I could go with James Harden too, guys. Because I'm definitely like deciding between like maybe a James Harden, a Damian Lillard, a Kyrie Irving. So let's think about it like this. LeBron James is going to have the ball in his hands. That's how I want to run the backup unit. So I need a guy that can play off of LeBron James, right? So that could be a point guard or the shooting guard spot. James Harden, to me, he's a guy that needs the ball in his hands. It's kind of questionable whether him and Westbrook will work out for those reasons. So I'm going to keep both those guys probably off the team. As much as I love James Harden, he doesn't fit in with my backup unit. So Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving. Damian's another guy that does like to have the ball in his hands. You could also toss in Klay Thompson as a backup shooting guard and just run the unit through LeBron. I think for the sake of this video, and just like having just Lou Williams on steroids off the bench, just like a big time scorer. Because that's the thing, man. It's like we also want some scoring. Because while LeBron and Embiid can score the basketball, I'm gonna go with Kyrie Irving as the backup point guard to this team, man. We just know he operates nice with LeBron James. I feel like for that being my 3-man bench unit, that's gonna be absolutely unstoppable. And in general, guys, this team is just dominant. Like I love the makeup of it. I feel like we have everything out there that we need. Yes, I left a ton of amazing players on here, but no matter what that was going to happen, like let's say I would have went with Durant, then yeah, LeBron James would have been left on there. Or let's say I would have went with Damian Lillard, then, you know, Kyrie or Stephen would have been left out there, man. It's like, it's kind of tough to do. So I do want to know your guys' starting 8s or your starting 5 and your bench unit in the comment section below. I am now going to go ahead and switch over to NBA 2K20, put this team on in my league, and we're going to see how they can do. Okay, guys, so the team has officially been assembled. This is what it's looking like on NBA 2K20. At point guard, we got Stephen Curry. At the shooting guard spot, we got Paul George. At the 3, we got Kawhi Leonard. At the 4, we got Giannis Acampo. And we got Nikola Jokic at the center position. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm using the Charlotte Hornets just because, you know, every fan base deserves to be happy at some point during the NBA season. So maybe them getting all these stars will be theirs right there. Back up, we got LeBron James as small forward. We got Kyrie Irving right there. And then we got Joel Embiid for our 8-man total rotation on the team. Then, of course, you got the rest of the bench players out there that might play just in case somebody fouls out or something. But will not make that big a difference on the team. So yeah, absolutely loving the squad out here, guys. Looking pretty damn crispy. We are going to go ahead and I guess we'll go to first scoring option. I think needs to be Giannis. No. Oh, I'm gonna say Giannis. Second, Kawhi. Third, I'm gonna say Stephen Curry. I think, right? That sounds about right. Maybe, I don't know. That's gonna be tough. We are gonna go no preference, offensive focus. We're gonna go ahead and shoot at will. Want this team running. All that good stuff. We do got James Borrego as head coach, so that's just not going to do, man. We all know we got to go ahead and hire the GOAT, KrispyFlakes. Yo, why can I not? I can never find. There we go, Sav. It always seems to like change places. Maybe not, but yeah, we're going to fire this dude real quick and get the man himself, Michael Stafer Crispy. Yes, sir, man. Get him paid too. Get him that contract. Yo, what is that suit you're wearing? You got brown with a dark blue shirt, and you got the checkered tie. Like, what are you doing, man? I gave you $6 million. You could literally go buy a nice suit and maybe hire somebody to do it for you or something. Okay, so system proficiency, we got a 4-star pace and space system. Looks like that's probably the best. How the hell do you get a better overall system? How do you get a 5-star, man? Because that would be like pristine to do. But no, everybody's liking that system, it appears. All right, guys, we got the team assembled. Let's go ahead and simulate this NBA season. The goal is 82-0. I don't know if I'll be that, but then again, you all saw the starting 5 in the bench unit, so maybe so, man. Let's go ahead and simulate this season, see how this team does. Okay, guys, so we did not go 82-0, but we did go 77-4, which is pretty damn solid. One more game against 76ers. We lost to the OKC Thunder, which was kind of a questionable team to lose to. We also lost to, I think, the Utah Jazz I saw. Yeah, that's the All-Star game, so nobody cares about that. We lost to the San Antonio Spurs. Greg Popovich coaching that team, so yeah, I guess it was bound to happen. I saw Utah down there. What else? I think we lost a pretty early game too. We lost to the Boston Celtics. Yeah, we didn't really take anybody off their team at all. So, I mean, overall, like, I'm not too disappointed. That's still a really solid record. I mean, 8-0 would have been great, but, you know, nobody's going to be perfect every single night, especially in the NBA. So, despite having all those stars on his team, Giannis Antetokounmpo, guys, still got MVP at 21 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists per game. John Morant, Rookie of the Year. We got DeMarcus Cousins, 6-man, which is kind of surprising considering LeBron James was coming off the bench. We got Kawhi Leonard as Defensive Player of the Year. And then we got Terry Rozier as Most Improved. I trade him for Stephen Curry just so that way they would not be left without a point guard. They got D'Lo at the 2 spot. Then Michael Saber with half his face off the screen. Such a weird image as Coach of the Year. So all NBA first team, we got Giannis making that. all NBA second looking like that, and all NBA third. So only one of our players making the all NBA teams, which makes sense because when you're more of a system like that, your numbers are going to go down in theory, guys. That's just how it's going to be. Defensively, we were absolutely amazing with Kawhi and Giannis on there. No Paul George. I was kind of expecting to see him, but that's all right. We are obviously the first seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's go to these player and team stats real quick here. So scoring-wise, yeah, look at that, guys. We had about a 28-point differential between opponents' scoring versus our scoring. So 130 points per game. Defensively, 102. That's actually, like, that's good. That's really good. But I've actually seen lower. I've seen, like, 99 points per game. So, you know, it's kind of a balance right there, though, of the scoring, playmaking, and defense. Okay, so player stats. We do have Stephen Curry actually as the leading scorer, despite being, what, like the third scoring option on this team, but still really good numbers. Giannis right there, Kawhi Leonard, 18 points. Kyrie Irving just being a walking bucket off the bench. Paul George playing his role very nicely. Definitely love the addition of his steals per game, the rebounding, and the playmaking. LeBron James, good all-around bench numbers. Embiid at about 13 and 8. Jokic's scoring was like, you know, I mean, I think it was the lowest out of anybody's, but he had the rebounds at about 10 per game and the assists. And that was the thing. We didn't really need scoring at the center spot on the team. We just wanted somebody that would keep the defense honest by being able to stretch the floor and then, of course, be able to add other things out there with the rebounding and playmaking. And he did shoot about 36%. That's not bad. That's actually pretty solid for a center. Embiid was at 31%, so maybe he could have actually filled that void nicely too. But yeah, the shooting from everybody was just really off the charts. Giannis even at 32%. That's just due to spacing of the teams out there, man, of our players. Okay, so first round, we do have the Chicago Bulls. I'm expecting to probably just sweep the playoffs. We're going to go ahead and just simulate all this real quick here, man. Giannis probably gets finals MVP just because he got the regular season MVP. So, he's got all the players around him that he needs to succeed. Now, if we end up losing, I'm going to be very questioned about this, man, because 78-4, yeah, it looks like we're probably just going to sweep the playoffs. Having some pretty good luck there. We got the Houston Rockets. They actually got one game on us, man. So we got the Charlotte Hornets winning the NBA championship. Giannis Antetokounmpo as your finals MVP. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Like I said, man, I knew we were going to have a successful team no matter what, but it's just fun kind of doing the assembly of the team and kind of talking about that and just giving you guys my mindset. So like I said, let me know your guys' teams in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. Drop that like. Check out that second channel, Extra Crispy, and peace out, my friends.